Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get started on the story of Coby and Tomas. This book is called White Silk Lover. Prologue, Wednesday, May 5th, 9 a.m. Coby. I had destroyed his career, and no, I didn't mean to. Me. Finally back in my apartment, in a dirty Stirling Lock t-shirt, stained khaki shorts, and I hadn't had a proper shower since Lincoln, Nebraska. Was that 4 days ago? 5? I'm ripe. It is 9 in the morning, and there's this all-night diner just down the road that makes everything. Guess where I stopped on my way home? My best friend waited for me. A meat lover's pizza with extra sauce and extra cheese and extra pepperoni and extra bacon with Parmesan topping and extra sauce to dip each slice into. It sat on the little table next to my little bed, next to my 2 years weight loss chart. I used the last of my money to buy the pizza. One mighty tug that wrenched my neck, and I stripped off my ripped backpack, a treasure I found in a dumpster in North Platte, with my right hand, and hurled it across the little room, and it landed on the tiny mattress. The makeshift sling joined it. I might as well be maimed. This used to be a Saturday night feast for me. Now, it's my last meal. I can't afford anything more. With a violent shake, I pulled off what used to be my favorite shirt, turning it inside out. A seam ripped, and the shirt snagged on my hand brace. I am about to fail 2 years of excruciating work, and right now, I don't care. Why should I? Everything had fallen apart. I have no privacy, no family, no friends, no one I can turn to. And worse, I have ruined Tomas's life, and there's nothing I can do to fix it. My beautiful boat shoes, now little more than rags. They couldn't handle the distances I walked. I kicked them off and they banged against the wall. The padding inside one fell out. The pizza stared at me, inviting me to dive into its extra cheesy goodness, and I can't resist the bacon any longer. 2 years down the drain. Without willing, I picked up a slice, savoring the feel of the crust, the warmth as the sauce oozed onto my fingers, and I watched it inch down my arm. The smell of the bacon is the essence of all my denied dreams. As my belt joined the backpack on the bed, my heart broke. A soft sob escaped. But the first bite is already past my teeth. I drown in the cheese, in the sauce, in the crispy bacon. It's a good thing nobody is around. With the extra sauce drooling out my mouth, I look like a vampire. Everything I've rejected for 2 years is waiting for me again. Food, my oldest, dearest friend, my only friend. Brutal pounding at the door. Coby, I know you're in there. I know that voice. It's the last person I want to see right now. Coby, the voice pleaded, listen to me. Open the door. We need to talk. I took another bite, and another, and another. The grease dripped down my chin, mixing with the sauce, and onto my bare chest. I stepped to the door. Just leave me alone, okay? Let me in, please. Loud, insistent. It took every bit of willpower I have to keep the door closed. As I placed my back on the door, I crammed another bite of failure into my mouth. The bacon is crunchy, just how I love it. Why, I've already ruined everything. Please, just let me in. The tone changed. It's more of a beg. Please. The voice is softer. A light thump. I imagined their head leaning against the door, only inches from mine. Please. Without any kind of a fight, I open the door. Now that they know the truth, they'll be disgusted by what I did. They took one look at me, at the pizza, and they bit their lower lip. Their eyes teared up. I wiped my chin with the back of my left arm as more pizza grease oozed onto my right hand, down my arm, and dripped on my ugly waist. They know my story. Coby, don't do this to yourself. Taking another bite of the pizza, I picked off a piece of bacon and ate it like it's a fine wine. I know, the metaphor doesn't quite fit. So I take another bite of delicious cheese. I'll be 5 pounds heavier tomorrow. What else is there? I know it looked bad. They closed the door behind them. The pain ripples across my heart. I held my breath to keep from sobbing. That's because it is. I savor the last of the slice, then reach for another. It doesn't take much to open the sauce and dip the new slice in it. Food always made everything better. A single tear ran down their cheek, and they wiped it away. I've never seen them cry before. Can I have a slice? Sliding the pizza box towards them, I lift up the container of extra sauce and handed it to them. They looked over the selection. I watched the attendant make it, and there's more cheese on this pizza than Wisconsin even knew existed. And they chose the greasiest and cheesiest and bakinest slice. They dipped in the sauce. I dipped. I glanced at them, at the ring on their finger. I can't take it anymore. Something warm escaped my eye, and I turned away so they don't see. If I say anything, I'll break down. I can't eat. All that food, and I can't eat. I sniff, staring at the window, the slice wilting in my hand. The window held my desperate reflection. Sauce, grease, tears. A streamer of cheese dangled from my mouth. They see the reflection. I can't hide. That's been stolen from me. As I closed my eyes, I feel the slice drop from my fingers and back into the pizza box. A sob escaped. They wrap their arms around me, their breathing ragged in my ear. I feel the wetness on their cheek. Their voice quivered, even worse than before. When was the last time you ate? I mean, real food. I don't say anything, because I don't want to admit to what I found in the dumpster in Cheyenne and ate.